Big adjustment for me. I talked to Coach Miller, just mentally trying to block that out of my head and just focus on the task at hand. Just trying to get better than I was last year, compete for the West.
That seems maybe harder than it sounds when you put pads back on. Did you think back to that first day? How did you maybe get over that mental hurdle?
I think the night before I just talked to my mom about it. I prayed about it a little bit and I just kind of got my mind right. Then that morning, I just kind of blocked everything out and just put my helmet on and just went back out there. So.
It sounds like you repping at guard and center. What were you kind of at on the line this year?
I kind of feel better at guard, but I'm kind of doing some center just in case emergency situations. But I feel the best at guard.
Last year before your injury, the coach staff was kind of talking about you as a guy that they were kind of impressed with. Just how tough was that maybe to know that was happening? Then obviously kind of a freak injury and you missed another year.
Yeah, I kind of the first 2 weeks I was at home at the surgery. I doubted what happened. I questioned a lot of things, but after a while, I just got over it and kind of took that leadership role for the younger guys. Just because I'm injured doesn't mean I can't be around them. And that was the biggest thing for me the rest of the season and the spring was trying to get back in the group and get back to being a leadership role for those younger guys.
What you kind of learn about yourself while taking over that role, and especially what has that kind of taught you heading into this opportunity now that you're back and healthy?
I just know I'm not the biggest vocal leader. I'm not a guy that's going to be a talk first guy in the huddle. I kind of want to show people how to do it the right way. On the field, I'm not the loudest person in the room, so that's the biggest thing for me, just showing it how to do it physically.
What was the challenge of your rehab and recovery? Just what all did that entail?
I think the biggest thing for me was just walking again. I couldn't walk for 6 weeks. I was on a scooter. You guys saw me on the sideline. I was on a scooter for 6 weeks, so I always asked my trainers, am I ready to walk? Am I ready? And there was just no. Then when I finally walked again, I was on crutches, and that was probably the worst experience of my life. And I was just I'd rather just be on a scooter than walking. So that was the biggest thing for me.
At this point, do you feel like somebody who went through that kind of injury, or does your body feel 100% again?
I say I'm about 90%. I still feel it here and there, but that's just a part of the game. It's something that plate's going to be on the side of my leg forever. So I'm always going to know it's there. So it'll always be a part of me. So I just have to deal with it.
What was that moment like when you got the full clearance for spring ball?
When I met with Dr. Bain and he told me I was good to go, I kind of called my mom, my dad, sat in the car. I probably cried for 10 minutes because I knew the work that I put in to get there, because this could have been a year-long recovery, but it was only 6 months. So just to work that off was just a blessing for me personally.
How much patience did you learn about yourself in the sense of not trying to do something too fast?
It was a lot. It was a lot of restraint because just trying not to get out of bed and just stand up was the biggest thing for me. Because I couldn't walk, I couldn't put pressure on my foot, and just learning how to adjust to life. Seeing life from a different aspect, not taking the small things for granted like walking.
I guess kind of you going from not being able to walk